Hi, this is Leo, and today I'm going to show you a AI code outreach system that has generated for me almost 400 opportunities, and I have used to send almost 60,000 emails. So as you can see here in the screen, this is my own stats for this, and my customers already have used it to generate for them more than 800 opportunities and have sent over $200,000 emails of this same exact system. So without further ado, let's take a look. So basically what we're doing here is that we're using AI to help us streamline the process from getting leads in a lead database like Apollo, scrape those leads, upload them to our CRM into an email sending platform, and track everything that's happening in an automated fashion, right? So what we're doing here is no matter what industry you're in, what kind of title of our person inside the company you need to sell for. So maybe you sell to marketing directors, to CEOs, to operations managers, whatever it is, whatever industry you sell for, or size of the companies, maybe companies up to 100 employees, or maybe companies that are on an enterprise level with more than 1,000 employees, whatever it is. We're going to build a list of companies and leads inside of those companies. We're going to use a few tools to enrich those leads with contact information, such as email. It could be a mobile number as well. And we also use AI to create custom messages to those people with icebreakers that will help you to kind of show that we have research about them before actually sending a message, or just to insert some small variables in our whole email flow, just to be more personalized, right? So after that, we're also going to be uploading those leads to an email sending platform. What I wanted to show is that once those leads are ready and are enriched and they're validated, we're going to upload to this tool, and we're going to keep monitoring whether or not those leads are interested in updating everything accordingly to our CRM, right? So let's start from the beginning. Let's see how to actually assemble a lead list. At this point, you guys are probably aware of a bunch of different tools that we can build lead lists. One of the most famous ones is Apollo. Here, in a very simple way, you can just use some filters to select what kind of people they want to sell for, in which geography they are, maybe the size of the companies they're in, what kind of industry they work for, in what industry they're in. So here I selected already, so we can just use this list as an example. Companies in the software space that have from 50 to 100 employees that are in the United States, and I want to speak specifically with CEO and co-founders, marketing managers. And here's also very important, this is a tip. You also want to select here verified, so you won't waste credits trying to find emails with people that Apollo just don't have that data, right? So you always want to click on verified here. Cool. So once we have this search here, the tool that we're going to be using is called Apify, right? So Apify is a marketplace for different scrapers that normally costs us a lot less than signing for different tools with individual plans, right? So we can find scrapers for LinkedIn, for instance, so to find companies that have a specific job open on LinkedIn. That could be a really nice buying intent signal that we can use as well. Companies or people that have posts about a particular topic, or have posts in someone else's post that we're following and we want to interact with them. That's also another signal that we can use, and use an excuse to reach out to those people. So a lot of different things that we can do, and a lot of different scrapers. But right now for this video, let's focus on the Apollo scraper. They also have a lot of different Apollo scrapers. The one that I use and I like the most is this one here. So the way that it works is really simple. We just need to get the search URL from our research on Apollo. We just paste in their interface in here. We select how many leads that we want to scrape. The minimum number here is 500, so let's just keep this way this time. I just name it here with the name just a test name. And here I'm doing manually, but it's very important for you guys to know that we can automate all of this as well, right? So let's say that we have a lead list that we want to scrape every week at 8 a.m. for instance on Monday. We can have all of this automated, so this process here will run automatically, and then we can also reach and listen for those leads in an automated way as well in a NNN workflow or a make.com workflow or Zapier, whatever we want to use. In this case, I'm just doing manually, so you guys can see. I might need to top up here to get extra scrapers, because you start using your credits to get those leads. So as you can see here, I have used it a lot. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this previous run for the same search that I did. So what I would do here, I would just go here, input, as we're doing, paste the Apollo URL and hit start. But I had just done it in another test that I was running. So this is the same exact search that I just scraped. And what it does, once you input, it starts getting leads and scraping those leads from Apollo, and then it returns to you that you can also export to a CSV, or of course you can pull them into a NNN workflow or a make.com workflow that we will work in a more automated way, right? So here we get that run specific that I just did, and if we go to storage here, we get this dataset ID, which is just the way that Apify uses to identify the leads that came from this particular run, right? So if we go here to our system, and now we're going to use this dataset ID that we just got, but before that, I'm going to show and explain to you guys what this is doing, right? So here we're using a HTTP request to call an endpoint from Apify API, which is predefined. It's pretty simple for us to work. And in this case, this endpoint here, the way it works, we just need to paste the dataset ID that we want to monitor in here, right? So this is the dataset ID. Let me just make sure that this is right. Yeah, the run has been successful. Sorry. Yeah, so this is correct. And there's a few other things here that we need to do. As you can see here, we can offset. So let's say that I only want to listen after the first 100 or 500 first leads, right? Because I already listened to the first 100. So I can offset a little bit. In this case, I don't want to, and I want to limit to the first 100 leads. Let's say that I only want to listen to in this case, right? So once I click execute, it will start doing is you pull those leads from Apify, those 100 leads that I asked, and it will doing this process, which consists on, I'm using Airtable as our CRM here. So I already have this set up here. I have basically, it's just like a big spreadsheet where I'm keeping track of all of the accounts that we were scraping from Apollo and all of the leads they were scraping from Apollo, right? And I'm keeping different types of information from them in here, just so the next time we scrape the email from John, we don't need to validate and see whether or not it's a good email or whether or not it's on instantly. We can already have this tracked in our CRM and just work in a smarter way, right? So yeah, so we're using Airtable. It could be Pipedrive, it could be HubSpot, even a spreadsheet, whatever CRM or spreadsheet that you want to use, we can use in the system here. So what we're doing is we're searching whether or not this company already exists in our CRM. If it's a new company, then we're going to update the CRM with this new company. If it's an existing company, the flow will just proceed to the next steps, and then it is going to check whether or not this lead already exists, right? And if it's a new lead, then we're going to call another tool. In this case, I'm using Medium Verifier to see whether or not the email that we got from this lead is a good email, because if it's a bad one, then the email will bounce back, right? It won't reach the lead inbox. And if it happens, it means the email bounce back. And if you get a higher, if you get like more than 5% of bounce back emails, that's really bad for our domain and for our email users and for our deliverability, right? So we want to keep this as low as possible. This is probably the cheapest tool that I know of that does this. So what he's doing is basically checking for lead email. So for instance, Mike email here, and he's going to see whether or not is a good email, is a valid email, or is just a email that is not updated, that doesn't exist anymore. And so we won't try to reach Mike in this case. So yeah, so we got whether or not it's a good email. If it's a bad email, then we're already updating the CRM and with Mike's contact information, already saying that it's a bad email. So next time we get Mike, we won't even try to enrich his contact information, right? Because we already did, and we will be wasting money. And but on the other hand, if it's a valid email, what we're going to do is we're going to see whether or not this lead is already on an instantly campaign. So you guys can see that I have created this test campaign here. We have no leads right now. So you guys can see this campaign being updated with new leads. So if this lead is not on this campaign already, then we will start creating AI customized messages for them. So in this case, what we're doing is we're asking AI to create a personalized icebreaker or first liner. So we will search for the company. Let me see. We'll use the company name, the company website, the lead industry, lead name, lead LinkedIn or company LinkedIn, and a bunch of other information to go and use that information, and AI will actually create this custom message for us in an automated way, right? It will also even kind of normalize the company name. Sometimes you got like company and co or company LLC. So we remove all of those things that seem unnatural and just normalize the company name with a more natural way, so it feels less robotic, less less automatic our campaign, right? So we generated that message, then we upload that lead to the Instantly campaign in here. So we're connected to Instantly API in this system as well. And then once that happens, we'll just update our CRM, our Airtable with the lead saying that it was updated successfully, or maybe not, it wasn't. So it does all automatically. So what we're gonna do here, let's test this for real. So let's start execute the workflow, and you're going to see that we're gonna get the 100 first leads and start executing them through the CRM and the Instantly campaign, as we said. So we just got the first 100 leads, and then it's gonna start running them one by one. You already searched and see whether or not that company existed. It didn't exist, so you already created the first company in here. It's already running automatically, so we're getting new companies and new leads as well. But let's start. Let's try to keep it and explain part by part for you guys. So he created the company and he checked whether or not it was a valid email from that lead using Medium Verifier, and he got that information on the leads table. And if it's a risk email, he updates the CRM and don't send that lead to the Instantly campaign. So if we check in here, and as you can see here, we don't have anyone on the campaign, but when I update it, now we're gonna have multiple leads on the campaign already, but the lead that had a bad email, it isn't here, right? So we don't bounce when we start sending the cold emails. And as you can see here, the leads that are good, they're also being automatically updated to our CRM and to the campaign on instantly, right? So here's the automation. Sometimes take a little bit for it to load once you change tabs, but that's what this system does, right? It's still running here on the background, as you guys can see. It will run for the 100, 500, 3,000 or 20,000 leads that we want to prospect, and it will do so in a very automated way, right? As we said, it also generated icebreakers for customized messages for those customers. So in this case, hey Justin, love your leadership at Positive Technology. Nice to see your focus on practical IT solution. I figured I would reach out. And if we see all of the leads, we can see that all of them have a personalized message as well. And there's really different types of personalizations we can do. We can mention case studies that they have. They're really nice. We can mention that we saw something specific about their company on Google. We can mention a post that we saw from them. There's a lot of personalizations that we can do with AI nowadays. Just again, so you guys can see again an example of this particular personalization. Hey Raul, I love your drive to revolutionize account planning with Gen AI. Nice to see how next quarter is helping teams drive growth through data. I figured I would reach out. And then of course we have a email sequence with different variations here of offering, value proposition, how we, the ask, the CTA that we do. Maybe we could ask for a quick chat, or maybe we can try to just offer a video showing our process to generate the ROI, the result that we promise, or maybe we suggest a service that we can provide for them even before they hire us. So what we're going to be doing from here is to actually test a lot of different audiences, a lot of different offers that we actually convert cold traffic specifically. So we can just say, hey, can we have a 15, 30 minutes mini? We need to try and, just stand out from competition and actually generate value for the customer even before he tries or he wants to meet with us, right? This is another thing, testing different offers that will convert cold audiences, and then value propositions as well to see what are the things that you do that will sound better for this type of ISP, for this other type of ISP, in doing this different types of testing. As you can see here, the automations is still running. We're still getting leads here on the CRM. They also being updated too instantly, and the system can outreach and can prospect thousands of leads, thousands of companies every single month with very little manual work from you. As I said here, I've been building this kind of system for the last 7 years. I hope this was useful for you guys. With only for myself, this system has generated 281 opportunities with over almost 6,000 emails that I have sent on my own account. If you need help to implement this or to get some ideas on things that might work for your company, let me know. Click on this button below in here. You can fill up a form and we can